Center Grove homeowner, are you worried about potentially leaving money on the table when it comes time to sell your Center Grove home? You are not alone. In fact, it's probably the number one concern I hear about from other people that are downsizing here in Center Grove. And on this video, we're going to show you exactly what it takes to get maximum value for your home. And trust me, it is not just about luck or crossing your fingers. If you are new to the channel, my name is Shawna Brooks, and I have been living and selling real estate right here in Center Grove full-time for the last 26 years, and I have seen all the markets. I remember 9/11, I remember the real estate crash of '08, I remember COVID, of course, and I've seen it all. And trust me, after all these years, I know what it takes to get your home sold for the most money possible. And that's what we're going to talk about here on this video. So number one, let's talk about pricing your home correctly right from the get-go. And the best way to do that is to look at the numbers the same way that an appraiser is going to look at the numbers. So when an appraiser goes in and determines value, because heck, most of the time your buyer, please excuse the dog in the background, most of the time your buyer is going to be getting a mortgage for the property. And regardless of the sale price that we get for your home, if the home can't appraise for that price, it ain't happening. So it makes sense to look at the numbers right from the beginning the same way that an appraiser looks at the numbers. So what we want to do is we want to look at the most recent sold homes that are in your same neighborhood, and we want to compare apples to apples. So if you're a ranch with a basement, you're not the same as comparing to a two-story or comparing to a ranch with no basement. So we want to do our very best to compare apples to apples, and an appraiser ideally wants to find 3 home sales that are recent. Within the last 6 months would be ideal. If they aren't there, then we're going to stay in the same neighborhood, but we're going to go back in time as opposed to going outside of the neighborhood. I know a lot of times people will talk about, oh, we'll look at comps within a half-mile radius. Well, you and I both know right here in Center Grove, within a half-mile radius, there are all types of homes, values, quality of construction. So we're going to stay in your same neighborhood. It makes the most sense because in your same neighborhood, you have the same quality construction, you have the same age of home, you have the same schools, you have the same lot size, or very, very close. So it helps give us a more accurate number. Then we're also going to look at your current competition. I'm going to walk through your home. I'm going to take detailed notes of everything, all of the upgrades and all of the improvements that you have made to make sure we don't miss a beat. And then we're going to compare your home to the current competition. And you know, this home is yours, it's not mine, but I feel like one of the most important things I can do for you is to give you as much information as possible so that you can make the decision that's best for you. And sometimes we'll see, man, the current competition has just underpriced themselves and we need to, act accordingly. Or we look at the current competition and go, wow, they are completely overpriced. Maybe we can just come in a little bit higher than where we ought to and still look like a good deal. But we've got to look at each home on an individual basis. And at the end of the day, it's your home and you get to call the shots. My job is to simply market the daylights out of it and make it look like the best deal on the planet. The next thing we want to do is we want to prepare your home to put its best foot forward, to make sure it looks absolutely wonderful and that it will appeal to the most buyers possible. Now, if you've been in your home a minute, you might be wondering, oh goodness, we have stained woodwork, we have stained kitchen cabinets. I know that white is more popular. Should we spend the money to go ahead and have everything painted? I say no, and here's the reason. Believe it or not, there are just as many buyers that still want that stained woodwork as there are ones that want the white woodwork. You know, a lot of the appeal sometimes is that it just gives the home the more aged appearance. Now, don't get me wrong, if the cabinets are beat up and scuffed up, that's a different story. But if you've kept and maintained, your cabinets and your woodwork in really good condition, you are not going to get your money back by paying to have those painted and redone. So just save yourself the money and the headache right now. But there are other ways that we can position your home to, be as appealing as possible. One of those actually comes down to what day of the week we put your home on the market. Crazy, right? So think about it. When do you think the most buyers are able to come out and actually look at your home? On the weekends. So why would we list a home like on a Monday or a Tuesday when by the time the weekend rolls around, heck, they're already looking at those days on the market and they're already starting to tick up. So we always want to, I'm a little anal retentive when it comes to the strategy we use, and we use the same formula each and every time so that we get the same results. So I always list our homes on a Friday so that when the weekend market hits, it looks like a brand new listing. When somebody's sitting on the couch and they've got their phone out and they're looking at a new listing and they say, "Oh, honey, look at this. It just came on the market." It automatically creates a sense of urgency that you just don't get when somebody pulls up a home and goes, "Oh, this one's been on the market 6 or 7 days. Maybe we should go take a look at it." It's just not the same. We are all humans. We're all a little greedy, and we want to jump on what we think is the newest and the latest and the greatest. So just being particular about what day of the week we put your home on the market is very important. And when it comes to prepping your home and you're like, "Man, do we paint? Do we need new carpet? Do we need new flooring?" I'm just a straight shooter, and I'll tell you the truth right from the get-go. If I really think it will be money well spent, I'll tell you that. And if I think it's not necessary, I'll tell you that too. I look at your money and money coming out of pocket the same way I look at my own. So we can go through that together. And there have been times where I'm thinking of a certain couple in particular. We helped sell their home in Silver Springs. It was a one-owner home. They had built that home 30 years ago, I believe, and we helped them find their perfect home in Claiborne, goodness, last summer. But you know what? It took a lot of planning and preparation to make that move because, like I said, that homeowner had been there 30 plus years. It was a 2-story home with a finished basement. A lot of stuff had been accumulated over the years, and we went through together. I helped them get handymen in there too. I'm not saying you got to spend a whole bunch of money to paint your woodwork everywhere, but what about light fixtures? And we probably want to get rid of the 80s brass light fixtures or even the 90s brass, and I can help you. In fact, with that seller, we went shopping together. We went all over the place to find just what was right and to help them make good decisions. That home ended up with multiple offers and being the highest sale price in recorded history in all of Silver Springs. So that was pretty cool. So if you're worried about prepping your home and where to spend money, where not to spend money, that's something that we can handle and go through together. The third thing that I think is critical to helping you walk away with the most money possible is having someone on your team, on your side, that negotiates like a pit bull protecting your money. And that is something that I definitely pride myself in. Just again, creating that aura of excitement when it comes to selling your home. I've called agents over the years, believe it or not, and a phone call could be like, I could be calling and say, "Hey, I'm calling about 123 Banana Street. Do you have any offers in hand?" And believe it or not, the agent will say, Man, no, we haven't had the first showing. Now, what does that automatically do to me? It sets a different tone as if, what if the answer had been, hey there, that is an awesome property. Believe it or not, we don't have any offers in hand just yet. It's different. I mean, it's the same thing. I could be saying that, and maybe we've had no showings either, but it just creates a different tone, and that's how I like to represent my sellers. Through the whole process, we're going to negotiate hard, negotiate tough to protect your money, and that's what you want. Because again, at the end of the day, it's not about luck. It's about having somebody skilled in your corner. And plus, I live and work right here in Center Grove too, so the value of your home affects the value of my home. So why wouldn't I want to get you the most money possible? I hope this short little video has helped you a little bit. If it's created any questions for you, please reach out. You can either comment below, you can give me a call, you can shoot me a text, whatever is easiest for you. And again, if you're new to the channel and you found this helpful, please subscribe. If you just like the video, hit the like button. But if you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe. And if you also have a burning question that you want an answer to, let me know that too, and I'll be happy to maybe even create a video on that, because chances are good if you have that question, somebody else has that question as well. Again, this is Shawna Brooks. Thanks for hanging around, and we'll see you around. Bye-bye.